I'd like to welcome you to WCPT AM's Out Chicago. Think of us as Sunday brunch with your gay best friends. Now please welcome your host, Scott Duff.
And a happy Sunday fun day to everybody out there. Scott Duff here along with Ellen Miller.
Happy birthday to you.
What?
Happy birthday to
What? I think that's all we can sing. Isn't that copywritten?
No, not that one.
Not that. Are you sure?
Public domain.
It is now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
Happy birthday to you. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, no, it wasn't. Every time they would sing it on like a talk show, they'd like, stop.
Come get us if you can find us. Happy birthday, Scott Duff.
Thank you very much. Yes, it is my birthday today, and I'm happy to be spending it with all of you amazing folks out there. I hope you are, I don't know, surviving the holiday season, you know?
Yes, surviving.
You know, as we careen towards the end of the year.
We're careening up.
We are careening.
Get your hands on the wheel. Look forward.
Lordy, here we go. Yeah, it's been a bumpy ride of 2025, and today we are looking back on the gigantic poop parade that was 2025. But we've got some good friends and some good company today. John Parker and Jim Pound, the great gay guys from The Gaily Show, will be joining us this hour, and our good buddy Ken Mejia Beal, the brand new caucus chair for the Victory Fund, which, if you aren't familiar, it's an organization that works to achieve and sustain equality by increasing the number of out LGBTQ plus elected officials at all levels of government, while ensuring they reflect the diversity of those that serve. I couldn't think of a better person to be the caucus chair than Ken Mejia Beal. He's going to be joining us later on. And, you know, like we said, it's also my birthday. And
it is.
I wanted to replay one of my favorite interview of the year.
You should. It's your birthday.
There you are. So
it's your party.
We'll figure that. And again, as we are careening towards the end of 2025, we would love to hear from you. So what were the biggest moments of the year for you? Can you pick one? There are many. A lot of things going on here. Hey, and also, because, you know, I try to be a happy, clappy show.
Sure.
You know, where did you find hope and optimism throughout this year? It's there. You said to look for it. It's all around us, you know. And what are you looking forward to for 2026? I know it's just one less year of you know who. There you are.
There's that.
So give us a call at 773-763-9278. The number again is 773-763-9278. Of course, you can listen live every Sunday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central at 8:20 a.m. on TuneIn from heartlandsignal.com, or you can watch the live video stream on WCPT's Facebook page or the Heartland Signal YouTube page. Also, I think you can text things. Texting is always good.
Yes.
I should probably open that.
I'm familiar with it. Yeah.
I should probably open that up so that we can actually get texts.
Go for it.
From texting. So if you want to give us a text, if you don't feel like talking, text us at 773-763-9278. Ellen Miller, how are you? We haven't seen each other in a while.
We haven't.
How was your trip? Your trip to Tennessee?
We had a lovely trip. Kathy and I headed out to visit her family. Her mom lives in a place called Fairfield Glade, Tennessee. It's by Crossville. We stopped by way of Louisville. Went to my favorite restaurant there called Jack Fry's. We meet our friend Janine, who is a dear friend, and spend a night with her. It's always a special evening.
Did you go through Cincinnati, and did you get any Skyline chili?
We do not go. Cincinnati's not on the route.
Isn't that right across? What's the one that's right across the street? The river from Louisville. There's an Ohio place.
It's Jeffersonville, Indiana is right across the river from.
I thought there was another. I thought it was
Ohio. You're thinking of Covington, Kentucky, and Cincinnati are across the river from each other.
Oh, that's
another part of Kentucky.
Sure, okay.
But anyway, had a lovely time. Kathy's. It was bittersweet. Her stepdad passed away literally less than 2 weeks before Christmas, but we were together. You know, enjoying the living, being together as a family. She's got lovely brothers and their wives and their kids, and we just had a lovely time with her mom and her brother. One brother was in London doing the Christmas markets with his wife. But, yeah, we had a really nice trip, and then we always go to Nashville for a couple of days.
Right? Did you catch up with Mario Kraft?
I didn't. We did text.
Oh, yeah?
And I asked her if she was playing anywhere. She wasn't, and it's kind of a slow time, the couple days before Christmas,
Right.
because we were there like the 21st and 22nd.
Yeah.
But we had, it's like same time next year. We know the people at the hotel. We know the people in the club. I played harmonica at Bourbon and Blues, which is in Printers Alley. It's called. It's right next to a restaurant called Skulls. It's burlesque, and jazz and music, and we just had a phenomenal time. And drove home on Tuesday. Had a lovely Christmas Eve at Piccolo Sogno. We had dinner there. It was delicious. We always do the Feast of the Seven Fishes, but we did about 5. We fit 5 in because we could order separately, which I liked because we've done the
prefix,
the
sort of
prefix,
thing.
And by the 7th fish, you're done. You're underwater
unless you really take your time.
Your time, yeah. And but we had oysters, clams, we had scallops, and we had lobster in the risotto, and we had a branzino. Yeah, we had like 5 fishes, 6 fishes.
All right, great. I had 2.
Two's good.
Out of the 7.
You did it at home, right?
We were over at a friend's house.
A friend's house.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had a lovely Christmas Eve. We got home, opened our gifts. The next day, we went to my brother and his partner Peter's house, and John and Peter.
Oh, good.
And they hosted for us.
Good.
Yes, we had a place to go. Made me happy. We had a lovely time. They did a standing rib roast. What's not to like?
Okay, come on now.
With popovers.
I am a sucker for popovers.
I am too.
Mostly for the popover bakeware.
Oh yeah,
do they have this special?
Oh yeah,
thing?
I have. We all have it. We're all big into popovers.
I love those
we
things.
made them as kids out of the Betty Crocker cookbook. My brother and I both. We used to make them.
The Betty Crocker for Kids cookbook?
No, it was the regular Betty Crocker cookbook. My mom's, the red and
the red and white one. I know
which we all have.
One.
She gave us all copies of them.
Oh man!
And so we made popover. He had popovers, and we just had a lovely. We had a lovely holiday. I cannot complain. I feel very blessed to have my family and my wife. And
was Kathy able to rest?
She drove 3 times back and forth to Tennessee in the last 5 weeks.
I know, that's what I mean. Like, was she able to have some downtime?
She finally had some downtime, yes.
Because I think as you were leaving to go to Tennessee, I was texting you. I'm like, I have a surprise day off. I'm going to go get my mani-pedi. And please rest, you two.
Yeah.
You're always on the go.
We've been on the go a lot. We were on the go a lot. But we did have some time to ourselves. Christmas Eve is always our night. And we've been at it ever since. We were out last night, had a good time with our friends Kathy Richardson and her wife Rachel.
Oh, yay.
Had a little holiday dinner, America's Sweetheart. And then we stopped into Rosa's Blues Club where I was invited to sit in. So I did a couple of songs last night.
Of course.
Got home, early around, 1 a.m., 12:30.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, but I'm fine.
There we are.
I'm ready for your birthday show.
Yeah, sure.
So how was your holiday?
It was, again, there was kind of like a mad dash to everything. Working at the snack factory.
How was everybody?
For the most part, it was different than Thanksgiving. I think it's because it's not, the whole holiday is not about a meal. Mm-hmm. It's about something else, which, but it should be about something else entirely, but it's mostly like giving presents and stuff. So everybody was a little bit kinder, a little bit gentler.
Well, that's good to hear.
There was a lot of people. I felt kind of like a therapist when it'd be like, "How are you doing?" They're like, "Fine." I'm like, "I don't believe you." I'm like, "Are you okay?" Like, "Yeah, I just got like blah blah blah." I'm like, "Okay, well, calm down. Just remember you're doing all this stuff for people that you love, and everything will be good." So, but anyway, like everybody was pretty much on their best behavior. I do have to cough right now.
Okay. There he goes.
So sorry about
Parsnips.
that. Parsnips. And and then Christmas Eve, we went over to our friend's house. This is, again, people that we've known. I mean, Jerry's known our friend Amy. They were high school boyfriend girlfriend,
right? Of course.
So they've known each other since high school. They're now both gay. She's married to her wife, and he's with me.
Yeah.
And we've their kids. One of their youngest has been studying abroad in Jordan, and she is back for the holidays. So it was great just to see her. And
how's that experience going for her?
She is loving it.
I heard Jordan's wonderful.
Loving it. She's been very surprised about the gender roles because everything is very, very binary over there.
Oh, yeah,
and
of course.
she, it's funny. She was like we were talking about how, like, she presents herself as she was, just a queer young woman who doesn't really go by gender. She's, understands that it is fluid and blah, blah, blah. She's like, but let me tell you, there is something kind of cool about the gender binary over there where I can really just explore my femininity. Because she's a feminine presenting person. And she's like, and it's kind of interesting. It is really weird though, because like being on a public bus is odd. It's like because there's a certain place where women can be and cannot be, and she's like, but it's been life changing and life altering, and you can see it too, like in her demeanor. She left like. Yeah, she turned 21 while she was over there, and you could just see her just kind of growing into this incredible woman who's having this amazing experience. She only speaks Arabic over there. She is studying abroad, so all of her classes are in Arabic. She's not allowed to communicate with anybody. Like if she sends you an email, it will be in Arabic, and you have to use Google Translate.
Had she studied it for a while before she got there?
She'd been studying it ever since she started. She's a junior right now.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, she's been, and she's like full immersion, and she's like it's. Yeah, so it was lovely to see her, and then, of course, family who are friends and friends who are family. We had 2 new additions to our Christmas Eve and Christmas Day festivities. An older couple who from North Carolina. They will kill me if I describe them as an older couple.
Yeah, they're probably younger than me, but
no,
go on.
he's 82.
Oh, yeah,
one of them is 82.
Okay.
But,
well,
but
they're
still.
A little older than you.
But they're older than me. But they were, new folks to us. And, a couple that they've been together for 18 years that they live in Asheville, North Carolina. So it was, just kind of getting, it was we have the gayest Christmases.
I know you do.
That's great. Yeah. So we did that, and, heavy apps and nibblies, and Jerry and I spent a really quiet morning on Christmas Day, and then we went back over for more food and everything. And then on Boxing Day, I drove up to Milwaukee to see my babies.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, these babies are so cute and so amazing. Yeah, they were just great. And let me tell you, the parents, like mom and dad, are knocking it out of the park. When I first walked in, the first thing, both, I've got, there's baby James, baby Kit, 5 and 2, respectively. I walked in, James immediately was like, come here with me, we're going to go do your nails. So they had gotten like a nail the salon toy kit. Yeah. So like James and Kit were doing my nails.
Is that who did them right now?
No, this is
more professional.
These were a little more professional, but they're chipping off now, which is it's ornament to be together.
Beautiful ornament to be together.
The best thing. But we were like, everything was like, none of the toys are gendered in terms of saying like, you can't play with that because that's a Spider-Man. It's like, anybody can play with this. You can't play with the nail polish things because you're a boy. Like, no, everybody was just playing with everything. It was just,
that's so nice.
It was wonderful. And my sister and brother-in-law were there, and it was, let me tell you, I had been struggling this holiday season to really try to muster up. We've been talking about how there's kind of been a sadness pervasive throughout this holiday season, and today is not really helping with how gloomy and rainy it is.
Really something.
And I was really, really, really trying to find the holiday spirit, and there was something about that Boxing Day, and I'm probably just being with my family.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
But there were no phones. Like, people had phones just to take pictures, but nobody was on them on an app. The kids, even the little ones, I was there for 7 hours before they even thought about turning on a TV to entertain them.
That's refreshing.
It was just like we all just kind of unplugged, and we have I think it's a Duff thing, but when we sit down at a table, we sat down for dinner and we didn't get up for 4 hours. We just sit there and we just talk and enjoy each other. And it was just looking around, I'm like, I am so lucky to count these people are my family. And
that is the true spirit of the holiday.
Yeah. So. And it was very much of, it was it really filled me up. It was
that
just,
sounds kind of perfect.
yeah, it was. And like the babies are just the babies.
Oh,
the
yeah, we didn't have any
babies.
babies. No, not anymore.
I have to show you the
They've
pictures.
come
of
and gone, the babies. They're all teenagers now,
They're all
which phones are very involved with teenagers.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
good
It's
luck,
hard.
yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, but even, they're millennials. My niece and her husband, they're kind of on the thing. But also, like, these people they met at the Young Republican Society
Oh, in Notre Dame.
at Notre Dame.
That's right, I remember.
And at one point, Kyle's just like, we were just all kind of jibber jabbing. Some people were clearing some dishes, and he just learned like, he's like, I hate this guy so much. I hate him.
This is what we need. We need
Yeah,
people
like,
to be honest about what's going on, no matter what their party affiliation.
But there was their party affiliation, but they're like, the Republican Party has left me.
Good.
So
I'm glad they realize it.
Yes. So it's been
Gives us hope.
it gives us all hope, and especially like as they are just good people. These and they're raising good human beings.
Yeah.
So, any hoozles, it's been a really
Good.
fun day. Like it was a fun holiday today. I'm just kind of like, I'm a little pooped from like I'm doing this. So today after the show, I'm going
Took
back
the day
home.
off?
I am putting on soft clothes. We're ordering in Budlong chicken
Nice.
for lunch, and then we're gonna start a fire, and probably we got a movie projector, and we're gonna probably sit downstairs and project it on our curtains onto the front door and just like watch movies in front of the fire. And I'm gonna make some short ribs tonight because I felt like Jerry was like, well, what do you want to do for your birthday? Because my birthday really is like this year more than usual. Everyone's out of town, have other broke, or they're waiting for New Year's. Like this is a big one. Like it's never happened as badly, not as badly, but like it's me and Jerry today.
Just the two of you.
Yeah. So, but I was like, you know what? I just want to cook. That brings me so much joy, and I just want to hang out with you and our dog, and sit in front of the fire, watch some movies, and just be floppy.
I like it.
So we are having a floppy day.
Perfect day for that.
It is a perfect day for flopping around, and it is a perfect day to kind of just reflect upon this last year. We're almost to the end, kiddos. We made it.
Yeah.
So, but we'll get into it.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
We'll get into it right after this. But with the guys from the Gailey Show, which is now airing here again, it's moved to 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. on the weekdays now. With the Gailey Show.
Very good.
Yeah, but before we do that, this part of Out Chicago is brought to you by Team Hochberg. If you are purchasing a new home or refinancing your existing home, call Team Hochberg, your trusted local lender. Tim called to consolidate his debt and was so happy with David's advice that he left this 5-star Google review. David personally called me regarding my refinance inquiry. After discussing my situation, David determined I'd be better served securing a HELOC instead of refinancing. David then spent considerable time providing valuable guidance and referred me to KCT Credit Union for a HELOC. David's reputation on radio for genuinely helping others, even when there's no direct benefit to him, is well deserved, and I experienced this firsthand. Thank you, David, for your time and integrity. David thanks Tim for his amazing review and strongly encourages everybody to read Team Hochberg's nearly 600 5-star Google reviews. David helped Tim and thousands of WCPT listeners, but he can't help if you don't call 855-563-2843 or visit the website you know and love, 56david.com. That's 855-563-2843 or 56david.com. Lower.com, equal housing lender, NMLS 1124061. We are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we are looking back on this. Boopy, yeah. So stick around. You are listening to Out Chicago right here on WCPT Heartland Signal.
Hey, this is Kathy Richardson, America's sweetheart from Jefferson Starship, and you're listening to Out Chicago.
Welcome back to Out Chicago. Scott Duff here, along with Ellen Miller.
Yes,
and
indeed.
we did it, kids. We have made it through 2025 almost. And what a completely fire trucked up year this has been. Joining us now for a look back on 2025 are none other than the fabulous hosts of the Fabulous Gaily Show, airing on WCPT weekdays at 10 p.m. John Parker and Jim Pounds. Hello, guys. Welcome back.
I always love the energy.
Wow.
I liked your description of a poopy year.
It is a poop parade of a year, right? It's just like one giant flaming dumpster fire. What's going on? How are you guys? How were your holidays?
Well, we're in Northwest Wisconsin right now, and there's a winter storm coming through. So it is absolutely gorgeous outside with all the snow. It's more gorgeous when you know you don't have to go out and do it. You can just like chill inside with like sweaters and cocoa and movies. It's delightful.
Can you stay there for a few days, or you have to leave at any point in the near future?
We are staying the entire week.
Oh, fantastic.
So, we have a special episode for Monday and Wednesday. We have a guest host on Tuesday, and then we're doing look backs, like best ofs for Thursday and Friday. For listeners who are wondering, what are they doing in Northwest Wisconsin? We got you covered.
You're taking a vacation is what you're doing, and thank you for breaking it and joining us today.
For you two, always. Always.
Stop.
Very kind.
Stop. Look, you are living my birthday fantasy. I wish this rain would turn to snow here.
After we're home.
Well, it's
Happy
close.
birthday, by the way.
Oh, thank you
happy
very
birthday.
much.
Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
Thanks.
The snow's all the way to La Crosse, and I think you guys are going to miss it, though. I've been seeing you've had a lot of rain, but we're going to get 6.5 inches of snow up here.
Oh, I love it.
If it was colder, we'd have a lot of snow right now. Let me tell you.
Oh, man.
But thank goodness it's warm. So.
Oh man! There we are. We'll stay snuggly and cozy. So let's see. Let's get into it, kiddos, because it's been a year of retribution, mass deportations, targeting race and gender, attacking and dismantling institutions of education and history, power flexes, and just straight up petty buffoonery. Don't forget plane crashes blamed on diversity, equity, and inclusion, a destruction of the East Wing of the White House, the mental decline of dear leader Ding Dong, a chainsaw-wielding ketamine addict, soaring grocery prices, a chance to take a selfie in a tent similar to the one that Charlie Kirk was killed in, erasing black history and LGBTQ history, a young man named Big Balls who had access to all of our information, international war crimes against tiny boats, talks of taking over Greenland and the Panama Canal, Secretary Brainworm doing everything except make America healthy again, Secretary Boozehound lecturing career military officials about no more fat generals and leaking information on a signal chat, proposing to turn Gaza into a seaside resort, a birthday military parade that nobody watched, the National Guard deployed against American citizens, and in true fashion, Ding Dong slapping his name on just about everything while denying the public's access to the Epstein files. So, what stands out for you?
What are your lowlights?
That's right.
Just another day in America, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Trump's
I
America.
think, John, you would probably agree we would add to that the assassination of State
Yes.
Senator Melissa Horton.
Yes.
In our state, that was
Horrible.
That was probably a low light for us.
Did you cover the international crimes of bombing boats
Yes, I was in there.
in the Caribbean? Okay. There was just so much.
There's just so much, but Jim or John, what really stood out for you is kind of like a major moment that we're like, whoa, here we are.
Something for me were the elections, and not just in November, I think throughout the year. And I think there's this really interesting paradox where you get pollsters saying everybody hates the Democratic Party, and yet at the same time, they're winning elections in red districts by double-digit numbers. So I want to believe that is a forecast for 2026.
Yes.
Okay.
But it has been, it's hard on a daily basis to keep up with everything, isn't it? Like, right when you think, you know, I've covered something or we've covered something that's like, okay, it literally cannot get any more bonkers than this. They're all like, hold my beer, wait till Tuesday.
Yeah, wait till Christmas when we go after Nigeria. Like, wait, what? What is? Yes, it is. I totally agreed that.
Yes, we celebrate the birth of the savior of peace by bombing people. That's
Yeah.
what we do now in America.
Yeah. Well, and also, did you all check out his social media message? To the people on Christmas
I
Day?
can't.
Girl,
No.
he was very, like, I began with Merry Christmas to everyone, including the radical left who was trying. I mean, it just kind of went on, like, the radical left crazies.
It was very typical
It
of
was
him.
just like, to me, one of the biggest things that stood out for me in 2025 is just the complete, like, they're gone is decorum. We have now settled into and nestled into, as a country, as a government, as a society, of there is no longer a decorum that's going on here. Everything is just, the rhetoric is so vile and so filled with vitriol and meant to divide us, that, and it's coming from the top down, that it gives power, it gives permission rather to the littler folks like us to just sit and wallow in a, like, facts don't matter anymore. It is to a lot of his supporters. It is just nothing but just anger and vitriol and the white grievance. That, to me, it really feels like that is seeped in and is cemented. And I don't know how we are going to uncement it unless we get some, like, Goo Gone or some really good nail polish remover or something.
We have to.
Speaking of which, I can see your nails and they are on
They're
point.
Thank
beautiful.
you.
He's got
Great.
beautiful.
Thank you. It is Ornament to Be Together, OPI. Just
to Be
it's
Together.
also on my toesies, but I will spare you seeing those right now.
I
too.
think that our mantra and our focus needs to be not to normalize any of this, because
But it's already been
but
normalized.
I know, but we have to fight against it. We have to continue to fight against what is not normal, what is not good, what is not correct, and we have to not let this behavior be normalized, because how are we ever going to put the genie back in the bottle? We cannot accept
Ellen,
this.
that is it.
Right?
That is it.
Yeah.
That is it. There is, I mean, to borrow a campaign phrase from a year ago, there is no going back. There is no going back now. It's over. What we had under Biden ended. That for me, I hope that progressives and Democrats, a certain Senate minority leader, realize there's no going back, and we're going to have political imagination that the party has never had before, and because there's literally nothing there. We're going to have to come back and rebuild everything
and undo so many things that he did, that he has done. He's undone the good things, and he's done some very bad things. I just am fearful that we must, again, not normalize this. We have to keep reminding each other that this is not the way we want to be or need to be. So that's the mantra for me.
But
I would add to that I think not only has the federal government failed us in many ways under Trump, but I think a lot of institutions that we expected more from, hospitals and colleges and legal firms, and the list goes on and on. There's a lot of institutions who, when finally coming up to the push, they sat down, they gave up, they sacrificed us to whatever their personal interests
To
were,
further their
corporate interests. I think that was maybe my biggest surprise. It's not just about Trump. It's the denormalization, like you said, Scott, the decorum of much of our society way beyond government. And the media would be another tree that has fallen.
Oh my God.
Badly.
Very disappointing. The media. It's heartbreaking.
Oh, 100%. Well, and also, but the media that has access to the White House right now is just a bunch of, sycophants. And and I understand that the landscape of media is changing, that influencers do have a bigger role, unfortunately, these days. But the people who have access are not asking the hard questions of this administration. They're not having the follow-ups that are saying, like, what are you, how is this legal? This is one of the most corrupt administrations ever.
Ever.
Ever. And like his personal, I don't. Here's where I'm. That always surprises me, especially when it comes to to MAGA. I'm like, how are they not outraged at a man whose personal wealth has basically tripled since he's taken office this year?
I think some of them are waking up. Not all.
Well, no,
but
but
I
you
think
see,
some of
but
them
here's
are.
the part that drives me a little cookie pants, because you say that, and I understand in the polls, but I just don't see. I don't see it. I don't see people being like, wait, what are you doing? What about me? You're supposed to be the president of all of us, and now you are just sneaking in and you're taking all these, this Bitcoin situation and just profiting from it. He's using
Grift
this
like we've never seen before.
never seen before.
No.
That's a part that I'm like, hello.
Well, I think the polls do. I mean, that is encouraging to those of us that, are obviously upset with the direction things are going. But, you talked about your own nephew and his wife and how they met as young Republicans and they can't stand him now.
They never could stand him. Let's get that straight.
But did they vote?
They did not vote for him. They
him.
never voted for him. Just there's what are you talking about? He is not a good person.
But I think there are plenty of people like them, and even those that did vote for him, that are seeing it for what it is. They're not finding that he has followed through with his campaign promises. The Epstein file situation is affecting MAGA people. This was something he claimed he was going to expose all the Dems, but since he's all over it, obviously we see what's happened with it. So I think these chipping away, I think there is some little glimmers of hope that people are fed up and that they don't like the direction. And I think that really the hope lies in what's going to happen in November of 2026. I mean, I wish it was tomorrow, but this is really what we have to hang our hat on right now.
Isn't it? I mean, the Epstein story is absolutely atrocious.
It
and
is
one of the worst things to happen in America when you just look at the scale and the scope of it. But it's also interesting to me that that's the issue that caused them to break with him. There have been so many horrible things. The big ugly bill is going to decimate rural communities.
Yeah.
And they all voted for it. Even the ones that are in swing districts that are going to get punished for it, and they know they're going to get punished for it, they still went along with it. So it's really interesting to me, the power, the potency of the Epstein files, and I'm still kind of baffled at that. That's the issue that is
I guess
unraveling all for them.
they don't care about rape and other things, but pedophilia is where they draw the line, apparently, because that seems to be the one thing they're holding on to is their concern over what's in those files. And good, because we need people on both sides to be pushing for the truth to come out.
Yeah. So, and it feels also like I don't want to use the phrase "the gift that keeps on giving" when talking about the Epstein files. It's just it's something. It is something that he what is it, Sisyphus pushing the rock or whatever. It is following him around like nobody's business.
And he's affected by it. You can tell by his weird posts all the time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and then also let's do this to distract from this. I'm he is all about distraction. We know that he's a grifter. Like I said, his personal wealth has basically tripled by the time since he's been in office. And every time more documents are being released, which, by the way, can we... This is the part, again, we were talking about things that are broken, that have been dismantled. Like the DOJ, he's already violated his own law. He signed into law that he was going to release all of these Epstein files on, what was it, the 19th?
19th,
And then here's a little bit of this. It's but no, that's not what you signed into law. Yeah.
No, I think that for me, though, he has a playbook dealing with the American justice system. And it's worked incredibly effective for him, and he's using it again now, which is stall the documents case. I'll find another motion. I'll file this motion. I'll just drag the whole process out. I mean, he is the most effective player of playing the American justice system, I think, maybe ever. He's got to be up there.
He's made a career out of it. That's his whole world has been suing people. I mean, basically his whole time that he's been around.
And he's gotten away with it almost every single time, except when he doesn't. And he's like, well, I'll just settle it. We'll sign some NDAs, and then no one will ever talk about it again, you know?
Yeah. That's him. He's figured it out. He's gained the system.
Hey, John and Jim, can you hang around for a little bit longer?
Oh, absolutely.
Fantastic, because we got to take a
Where do they have to go?
Well, I know, it's snowing.
We're snowed in.
All right, well, go grab yourself a little bit of cocoa. You folks at home, go grab a cup of coffee, because we're going to take a little bit of a break. But when we come back, there's going to be more Out Chicago with the incredible, the fabulous John Parker, Jim Pounds of The Gailey Show. So stick around. You're listening to Out Chicago right here on WCPT Heartland Signal.
This is.
Welcome back to Out Chicago on Chicago's Progressive Talk. Can I get you another Bellini?
Why, yes, Stephanie Miller, that would be fabulous. It is my birthday, so I would love a birthday Bellini.
I think we need to update her cocktail choice. I don't know if Bellinis are still happening. Are they?
But maybe she was talking about Bellinis, like that you put caviar on, because you know that I love caviar.
I love that, but I have it like every 20 years. But yeah.
I have it every New Year's Eve.
Every New Year's Eve.
Every New Year's Eve.
Splurge, baby.
It is. I already got it. It's in my fridge.
Yum.
I know. It's caviar. It's caviar and potato chips. That's the way to do it. I had that high-low and a lot of creme fraiche. It's delicious.
A lot of salty.
There we are. Anyway, welcome back to Out Chicago. Scott Duff and Ella Miller here, and we are very, very fortunate to have the amazing, fabulous folks from The Gailey Show joining us. John Parker, Jim Bones, from a snowy Wisconsin right now. Thank you for joining us, you guys. Again, I really appreciate it. And make sure you check out their show right here on WCPT at 10 o'clock on the weekdays. I kind of want to shift gears and say, like, okay, so let's be truly gay and let's talk about pop culture. You know, what were some moments for you? Like, first of all, we have not been on the air since the death of Rob Reiner and his wife. That was a horrifying,
kick in the gut,
horrible situation. And wow. Like there were some amazing people that are no longer with us this year.
Yeah, I was watching CBS this morning, and they did a whole segment. I think it lasted 15 minutes about everybody that has passed away of note.
Wow.
And you forget until you see it all compiled, and even sometimes you miss a couple, and you're like, they died, But so many, Diane Keaton and Robert Redford and Gene Hackman.
Robert Redford.
I know. And the list goes on and on. It's just, from architect Frank Gehry to Anthony Gehry from
I know Luke.
General Hospital.
Luke passed away. And I'm still, my heart is still heavy with the loss of Anne Burrell, celebrity chef. I know it's weird on everyone's level, but like I said, I was trying to turn some positives into things, negatives into positive. And I'm just remembering what a legacy all of these people have left. But for me, particularly with Anne, because she really instilled in me a love for cooking and a love for being fearless and in the kitchen and going and exploring. And because of her, I started writing a food blog, and because I started going, look, I really wanted to be a career in food television. I really did. And I have been so close so many times, with Food Network Star and then this show for Netflix. She instilled the confidence and the joy of cooking in for me. So that's one of the positive things that I will take away. You guys, what stood out for you in terms of pop culture this year?
I want to mention two things from Chicago that I'm really proud that you folks had there, and I'm jealous that you had it. There was a production of Angels in America, which we talked to the director, but we didn't get down there to see it. When we came down and saw you, we were a week after that show had run. But we were really jealous that you had the full thing and that it ran that long. That was fantastic. And you also had, at Steppenwolf, you had a production of Amadeus, and David Darrow is a friend of mine. He played Mozart, and I heard that the production was really great. So those are two Chicago Chicago is such a great theater town that things that I wanted to mention.
Yeah, there were some great shows this year. There was one called 42 Balloons, Chicago Shakes, the Billie Jean story, Billie Jean King, also at Chicago Shakes.
Girl, Chicago Shakes knocked it out of the park this year.
They totally did.
You know, and then, you know, that Shakespearean classic, Paranormal Activity.
And Paranormal Activity was great. That was great,
Y'all, if it comes to a city near you, or if it comes to a city, I think it's picking back up after the holidays. And then I want to say maybe in D.C. or San Francisco. I know it's going to D.C. and San Francisco. If you are anywhere near it, you guys, you have to go see it. It is so good. There were so many things that happened on stage. I'm like, how did they do that? How did they do that? And actually, and I ran into somebody at the Snack Factory who had a Paranormal Activity, the show jacket on. I'm like,
in it. Yeah.
Did you work on that? He's like, yes, and we've signed NDAs. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, you can't get any info on those little tricks they did on stage, but that was a great, Shannon Cochran was fantastic in that. Yeah, it was a great year in theater in Chicago.
It was.
Really, really. It always is, but this year was really exceptional.
So I've got again, I don't want to be sad sack, but I'm going to be a little, just kind of point up a question. So it used to be so very easy. Now I'm like, see, you can tell it's my birthday because I'm like, back in the day.
Oh boy, he's waxing poetic.
I'm getting all nostalgic. But to me, one thing that I also kind of became very, very clear is there are very few cultural moments that unite us. As a country, there used to be, back in the day, there used to be must-see TV. There used to be, even HBO and all those things, or there was the Super Bowl, maybe the award shows, but there's nothing, everything is so disparate and personally curated that we don't share anything as a culture anymore. Do you guys have any thoughts on that, John?
You're correct.
Thank you. I'm very smart.
No, I think there are, and it's not, I'm so disconnected on social media. I have one account now. I think there are things that happen, like a trend or a viral thing, you know what I mean, that can sort of unite folks or, people sort of collectively experience. But I agree. There's so very little. Maybe election results in the Super Bowl are the things that we experience.
I think so. Yeah. But even those viral moments are so short-lived, and they're almost panic-inducing. Does that makes any sense? Especially when it comes to, it's we got to do this. We got to do this. Like some sort of stupid, TikTok cooking thing has to happen. We got to get it now. We got to do this and blah, 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 blah. We're going to, and then it's this high speed, high velocity for about a week. And then it's gone forever.
It's short attention span. It's the world as we know it now.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think in some ways the streamers have sort of created this monster with short seasons and always having to have something new, because in their research tells them that something new brings in new viewers or retains old viewers. And there's such turnover at the streamers. And of course, the networks are scrambling to keep up too. So they've created this very short, everything is in these tiny little bite-sized pieces. And one thing that we've learned, John, I don't know if you want to talk about this or not, but on our YouTube stuff, some of our shorts, they don't want to listen to the whole program. Mm-hmm. They want to listen to just one part of the conversation. Yeah. They only want to listen to 5 minutes of it instead of the full hour program.
No, shorts are literally a minute long, and people's attention spans are so small, they stay for about 25 seconds and then they bounce.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, that is something that kind of gives me pause, because I also grew up at the time of there was a whole summer that America debated who shot JR.
Right.
You know, like
Right.
you could walk into. I remember walking into Sears and seeing in the kids section who shot JR or I shot JR T-shirts. Like it was such a cultural phenomenon.
Yeah.
Right.
And now,
So Scott, what are you and I going to do in 2029 when the Oscars are on YouTube?
I
What are
know,
we gonna
right?
do?
Well, we're just gonna scream 6-7 at each other and go. "Ah!"
Yeah. Exactly.
That one I still don't understand.
It's not meant for us to.
It's not meant for us. This is not 6-7 was never
6-7.
meant for us.
Yeah.
Anyway, but so I began our conversation talking about like all of the really just kind of just mind-boggling. Like it is genuinely mind-boggling about all of the atrocities and the horribleness that this administration has been doing. Is that what did you find that was there to you could cling a little hope onto, you know, like you were able to like, we're gonna be okay, we can do this, we can get through this.
Ooh, yeah, that was. There were. So I don't in Minnesota, and I still need to like fact check this, but we have a representative here, state representative Lee Finke, who was the first trans person ever elected to a state seat. And when I talked to her in November, she said, as of our interview date, which was the week before Thanksgiving, she said no healthcare provider in Minnesota had stopped providing gender affirming care for kids, and we were the only state to do so.
Wow.
She's a legislator, so she's probably got those facts there. I'm still trying to gather all of that because we had something happen in the past week that may have ended that. But that to me was very heartening that there are still states with legislators and governors who are saying, no, we actually don't need to toss over queer people and trans people to win elections. You know, when I saw Jen Psaki on MS Now say that Winsome Earl Sears' gubernatorial campaign in Virginia, 56 or 57% of their advertising was anti-trans ads, and she lost by double digits. That to me was like, okay, they've played that card as far as they can, politically speaking anyway, electorally speaking, and it's lost its, magic for them, I guess you could say. It doesn't mean that America is any less anti-trans, but as a political issue, maybe that's passed, right, as well. So
I would also encourage people to look up. I would also encourage people to look up Representative Christian Phelps in Wisconsin. He's in the Eau Claire area. He's a Democratic socialist. He's young. He's out. He's really compelling, and I think he's the future. I hope he's the future of Democratic politics up here in the Midwest. That's my hope anyway. He gave me a lot of hope this year.
Well, he ran, I mean, he's openly gay, and he ran as that in 2024 and had a very progressive, very hyper-focused, education, kitchen table issues. In November of 2024 is when he was elected, right? So Wisconsin went for Trump. And then this year, he actually, if you will, came out as a Democratic socialist and was like, this is why I am and why I'm not going to run from the label and, these values that we have around education and transportation and healthcare and, fixing roads is where I'm going with transportation there. And he's in a swing district, in the swingiest swing state of them all. And so when I see something like that, and when we talked to him, and he was gracious enough to come for an hour, and I mean,
oh wow,
he is like locked in. He is locked in. Like this guy is going to be governor of Wisconsin someday. I mean, it is just phenomenal the way that he's doing. I think Scott, thank you for making the connection to Dina Nina Martinez Rutherford, who I love saying her name, and I just want to have her back on the show.
Right?
So I keep saying that.
She's
but
great.
her campaign. Oh my God. I mean, she's so fun. And her campaign is so dynamic. And I guess what I'm very encouraged to see is how many queer people are saying, okay, time's up. We're going to run for office now. And I think that we are seeing in 2026 enough angry queer folk that have said, y'all tried. Thank you for playing. Please go sit down now. We're going to run for office. And I'm really encouraged to see the very strong positions that are very clearly progressive and saying, we are part of this party. 86% of us voted for Harris Walls in 2024. Like, we are now going to be leaders in this party. And I'm very heartened by that.
Amen to that.
I know. We need to pink it, fire it up a little bit there. The thing that's been giving me hope the entire year is all of these, the protests that have been happening almost daily throughout the country. Just watching them grow and expand. The first one that started in, I think it was in March or April. It was early. I just remember it was cold. And it was like, it was me and like all of everybody there was above the age of 50.
It was an older crowd
for that. It was an older crowd for
there,
that.
yeah.
And it was smaller, but we were there. And then the next one, it was bigger and younger. And then the No Kings one was even bigger.
It's huge.
And huge, like that. The folks seeing, understanding that what it takes to come out of your house. What are the issues that are going to make you take to the streets? And people are really finding the courage, because it can be scary, but watching your neighbors come out and being a part of that community.
And also with the ICE and the Border Patrol arresting innocent people. So many people, friends of mine personally, were out at the detention center every Friday en masse, some of them getting tear gassed. And I was just so proud and so happy to see that people were standing up, and Chicago did fight back hard. We got a lot more fighting to do, but it gave me hope that people were not letting it just happen. Neighbors coming out and putting their own selves at risk. Neighbors 3 blocks from us getting tear gassed because they questioned these goons that were taking these innocent people. So that gives me hope. And also the Dems in the fall election. Fall election.
Like
I mean, so many won, and that gave me hope as well.
Look, all right, y'all. I could talk to you two for about like another 87 hours, and you might be able to, because you're going to be in a little snowy paradise. But John Parker and Jim Pounds from The Gailey Show, we have to say goodbye to you, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. Make sure you check out The Gailey Show right here on WCPT at 10 p.m. Every weekdays. John Parker, Jim Pounds, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you both.
Thank you.
Happy New Year. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for helping us see a little hope as we springboard into 2026. So have a wonderful day. Enjoy the snow. Be snuggly. Get some cocoa. All that stuff.
Will do. Bye.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
We've got to take a quick break, and when we get back, it is the second hour about Chicago right here on WCPT Heartland Signal.
I'd like to welcome you to WCPT AM's Out Chicago. Think of us as Sunday brunch with your gay best friends. Now please welcome your host, Scott Duff.
And welcome back to the second hour of Out Chicago. Scott Duff here, along with Ellen Miller,
Yes,
just
indeed.
talking about snack food, as we do.
Yes, we do. We like to talk about food, and since I'm on this intermittent fasting thing,
Oh, that's right, because you can only eat after the show.
I can only eat after the show.
Right.
You can bet when I get into the car and open up that package of peanuts and cranberries.
You are ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
I know. I guess I'm kind of intermittent fasting.
Yeah. Did you eat anything today?
No, I never do.
Oh, I always used to get up and have oatmeal and blueberries every morning.
See, that's great.
But I lost 20 pounds since I quit doing it. So I guess
Not
it wasn't
the oatmeal
so
and
great.
blueberry. No. I think the oatmeal and blueberries is a great thing for people.
Yeah, it's good for you.
Consult your physician.
Check with them first.
We are not doctors here.
No, we're not.
No, we're
We
not.
just play one on radio.
We just play one. We're just a couple of gay folks talking about politics and pop culture and stuff.
Yes.
What's going on here?
That's us.
So if you're joining us today, it's our last show of the 2025. We're just kind of doing a big old year in review. It's also my birthday. So
Scott's
by the way,
birthday.
where is my Carol Channing bracelet?
In my jewelry box.
All right. But we've got to talk about that. Any hoozles.
I'll wear it one of these weeks and show it to you.
We're also hoping to look ahead to next year as well, and trying to offer up a little bit of inspiration, hope, and a general "you got this" kind of vibe. And of course, I could not be celebrating my birthday without talking to one of my favorite people on the planet, our good friend Ken Mejia Beal.
Ken Mejia.
Ken Mejia Beal.
Happy birthday, mister. Hello, Ellen.
Hello. Happy holidays to you, my friend.
Same.
How are you doing?
You know, I'm fantastic as always.
Always.
That's the way to be, Ken.
Fantastic.
You have to be.
Yes.
I know. You got to keep your lips above the water level.
Yes, always.
Yeah.
And you guys were talking about intermittent fasting. My fantabulosity is intermittent as well, so it ebbs and flows. So it's all about taking
Intermittently fabulous, girl.
Yeah.
That is me. That is me. That is my entire comedy career. Intermittently fabulous. But you I think are like extra super duper fabulous right now because you are the new caucus chair for the LGBTQ plus Victory Fund.
the Midwest. Yes,
Midwest,
it was. Yeah, I took a step away from politics a couple of years ago.
Yes. See, that's why this news
We
really
noticed.
surprised me. I'm like, wait a second.
Well, yeah, I had to find my happy, and Victory Fund is the largest LGBTQ political organization in America. We just gave an award to President Biden earlier this month, actually, and it was wonderful to be in a room full of so many LGBTQ leaders. But back to the journey, being the first openly LGBTQ political chair in Illinois had so many challenges for anyone who's a political chair will tell you it's a lot of challenges. But the problems I ran into, a lot of homophobic microaggressions. And all of those don't always come from the right. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah. Well,
sorry.
Sorry, no, I don't want to re-traumatize you, but I'm like, were there... can you name a couple of things that was going on?
Sure. So, for example, during my time as the chair, I would get emails from, won't say any names, but politicians saying, oh, well, you shouldn't talk about that in public. It makes the party look bad. And my thing was, well, no, talking about LGBTQ youth committing suicide and how we can work it doesn't make the party look bad.
No.
Defending trans youth doesn't make the party look bad. Talking and saying Black Lives Matter doesn't make the party look bad. Speaking out on a lot of the, egregious natures happening in the Middle East, especially in Gaza, doesn't make the party look bad. Not speaking out about those things makes the party look bad. And the pushback I would get back is, well, you're just sensitive. And I can tell you, I've been in politics a long time. I've never heard a straight man who is actively advocating for marginalized people called sensitive.
Yep.
Ever.
Yep.
And so that's the this is where the Victory Fund comes in.
Yes.
When I would get these emails and get these phone calls from these closed-minded idiots, Victory Fund was always there to say, no, you're doing the right thing, and this is how we can help. These are the openly LGBTQ candidates, and I was in DuPage County. This is how we can help. And so now, 2 years out of it and regenerated and back to my original glory, I have to give back. I'm back. I have to give back to other LGBTQ folks. And so when this position became open, I initially said, oh, God, no.
Right.
Oh, God, no. But then I realized I would not be working against people. I would be working with people. Mm-hmm. And the team at Victory Fund is a great team to work with. We all have one goal: getting openly LGBTQ folks on the ballot, helping them stay financially afloat, and helping with our rights. And those are things that I think all members of our community can get behind. And that's why I'm just so proud to be. If you had told me 2 years ago that I'd be doing this, and Scott, you know this because we've had many private discussions, I would have said absolutely not. But now I am so happy, and I am, and starting next month, actually, I'm going to be reaching out to our partners in Illinois, the Dakotas, Michigan, Wisconsin, Iowa, Ohio, because that's my footprint, going to these places, talking to LGBTQ candidates, helping recruit LGBTQ candidates for various election opportunities, whether it be school board, whether it be city, whether it be state, whether it be federal. I'm excited about giving back to my community the way it gave back to me when I was a dying flower.
Right,
I want to be some water for other people.
You did need some water, baby. Just
I did.
Just like Melissa Etheridge. Somebody bring me some water. But first of all, thank you for being so open and honest about that, because I know, like, you... like I said earlier, when I saw that this was like you have accepted this title, I was like, oh, wow, because there's but clearly there was some time for reflection for you, time for growth, and also to be very, very crystal clear with what you will and won't put up with, you know.
Well, yes, I'm not good at being a puppet. It's not what I am good at.
Right. Well,
it's not my thing.
It's not your friend, but it's also and then to find out a great partnership. You know, like you're saying, you're working with the LGBTQ plus Victory Fund, and not for somebody, you know, or like working against something. I think. Yeah. So as we are coming into 2026, it's going to be a big. Midterm year sort of thing. Yeah. I love that the Victory Fund is also it is a very broad scope. I mean, it's very specific mission in terms of lifting up LGBTQ plus. But as you were saying, in local elections, even because I think that is where we gain the most traction. School boards and things like that you're all over the Midwest. Are there any candidates right now that you can say that the Victory Fund is supporting?
So right now, I mean, it's a long list right now, but what I can tell you is in congressional in Illinois, we have come out and endorsed Kevin Morrison, who is running for congressman to replace Raja Krishnamurthy, and that's been awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the first thing that pops in my head. There's a lot of people, but that's kind of the top of mind right now.
As I was asking, and I'm like, there are a lot a lot of people. Scott, what are you doing?
There's a lot.
Don't put this fabulous man on the spot.
I was like, Scott, what is happening here? I don't have the list.
But as we are moving into, we're still kind of, we are still fatted with carbs and delicious cookies and, from the holidays and everything. But as we are taking this time to rejuvenate and restore and realizing that, we got 1 year down, there are 3 to go potentially, like as we springboard, how can folks out there who are interested in the mission, of the Victory Fund, how can they start helping spread the word or learn or helping with local candidates?
So what I recommend, number one, is going to Victory Fund's website at victoryfund.com and reading everything you can about us. Number two, if you are an LGBTQ person that's looking to run for office or get behind the scenes, reach out to us because unfortunately, I don't know how to say this the politically correct way, so I'm just going to say it. There are so many folks that are part of our community or other marginalized communities that the only people around them giving them advice are people outside of their world, or they're outside of their community. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you feel alone as a candidate within your own campaign because you don't have anyone that can relate back to you in the way that you need. And that is what Victory Fund does. When we have a candidate in small town Ohio that's been married for 15 years to their same-sex partner, and they say, hey, I want my partner involved, but I don't know how to go about it. As another gay person, I can say, I get the apprehension. This could actually impact your campaign negatively. So these are the steps we should do. So that's that's 90% of it. Financial backing. If you can donate. If you can host a fundraiser for an openly LGBTQ candidate, go for it. But there are so many ways to help out. There are so many ways to get proper representation in this country, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
I know we are, especially with you helping to lead the way.
You know, Ken,
Yes.
as we know, in the last election, Elon Musk and company dumped millions of dollars into swing states running anti-trans ads.
Yes.
Is there a way to kind of combat, get in front of that in the upcoming elections, and kind of do you have the funds to run campaigns that can demystify and help people understand that this boogeyman that they've made people be so afraid of is not true, and we need to think more kindly about our fellow humans? I mean, what do you?
That's a great question, and my point of view on this is trans people are people. So whenever I get thrown a question kind of demonizing trans folks, I go to the root of the problem. I support humanity, but if I'm running for school board, I support humanity, but let's talk about budget. Let's talk about what can make schools safer. When we talk about safety, let's talk about gun safety. Let's talk about literacy rates. Let's talk about updated text information. We cannot get too bogged down in dealing with things that don't actually exist. It's kind of like if I come to you and say, let's talk about why Tuesday is the Friday of the week. If you get too wrapped up into that conversation, you already lost, because Tuesday is Tuesday. Trans people are people, period.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So let's stick with that. Say it, stand by it, and do it in our principles and move past it. I really do believe the number one thing we can do, especially with our trans community, is elect more trans public officials. I think Precious Brady Davis, for example, is one of my heroes. She's out there. She is openly trans, and she always pivots. She goes back to the root, like, I'm on the Water Commission. Let's talk about what I do for you.
Yeah.
That is what we need to do.
Good. Yes, indeed.
Amen
Thank you
to
for that answer.
Amen to that, my friend. So I would be remiss, my pop culture friend, if I didn't ask you, as we are looking back on 2025, what were some pop culture moments that stood out for you? Let's end it on something fun. You know what I mean?
Pop culture. 2020. This has been a year. I
know it really feels like it was kind of the year that Chappell Roan kind of ruled the airwaves.
Well, I will say I am still. I'm a lifelong Sabrina Carpenter fan. I love Sabrina Carpenter. She is fresh. I love her. The way she writes lyrics is something I have not heard since maybe a Madonna or a Prince. She has a way of saying things that are incredibly vulgar or incredibly controversial, but if you're not paying attention, you don't get it.
Yeah.
And that's what Sabrina Carpenter is my moment. She is my 2025.
Your 2025
I love her.
There we
yeah,
go. Now,
she is.
Go ahead.
She's amazing. She's amazing.
Did you catch, because she came through this year, wasn't she at the United Center? I know you were a concert goer.
She was at the United Center, and she also did Lollapalooza this year.
Oh, that's right. All
Yeah.
right. There we go.
Don't get me started on my Sabrina Carpenter.
That is going to be a conversation that we will have together at the Beard and the Belly.
At the Beard and Belly, yes, my favorite place. Yes, let's do it.
You and me, my friend. Well, Ken Mejia Beal, you are one of my favorite people. Thank you for taking time out today to join us, of course. But thank you for taking the time out of your political career to stop, refuel, and focus and understand. Be like, okay, this is become very, very clear, because I know you had a very difficult time, and I want to say thank you. Thank you for taking time out, and because we need your passion, we need your clarity, and we need your voice.
Thank you.
So thank you. So congratulations with the Victory Fund. We are going to be calling on you early and often.
Yes, we will.
As we are coming up through to a midterm election year, and also
let's stay in touch. You know where to find me.
Happy New Year, Ken.
At the Beard and Belly.
Happy New Year to you both.
Yes. and at any trivia night that has to do with the Housewives. That's where you can find Ken Mejia Beal. Ken Mejia Beal, Happy New Year to you.
Same to you.
Much happiness to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be sharing my favorite interview from this year.
It's your birthday.
It's my birthday, so stick around. You are listening to Out Chicago right here on WCPT Heartland Signal.
Hi, my name is Amy Sumter. I'm a comedian as well as She's Crafty, and you are listening to Out Chicago.
Welcome back to Out Chicago. Scott Duff here, along with Ella Miller, rolling along on this rainy. It was just full on foggy this morning. It was kind of great.
It was crazy on the expressway. It was coming down really hard.
Yeah, it was a little cuckoo pants.
Yeah, but we made it.
And a soggy walk with a soggy dog.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah,
I'd give anything to have that soggy
I know
walk.
you would. I'm sorry.
that's
I'm saying
okay.
like, wow, that is a jerk move.
No.
my part.
You know what? We have been saying, though, a couple of these days, kind of nice if we're going to have to take the dog around the block in this. Yeah.
So thank you for joining us. It is the final show of 2025.
It is.
We're kind of looking back at some of the craziest moments that happened in this year. Also looking for moments that provided us inspiration and joy. Look, this year has been. This has kind of been a very crazy year, Ellen Miller.
It's been a very tough year.
But not even just tough year. I think it's just crazy. I mean, crazy good in terms of we have had it, as you like to say, an embarrassment of riches
this show has been,
guests.
We've had some wonderful guests.
We've had some incredible people this year. We've had politicians on. We've had Senator Mike Simmons, who's running for Congress. We've had Sarah Feigenholtz. Sarah Feigenholtz was on here. We've talked to Indivisible Chicago numerous times.
Oh, and I forgot to tell you, I ran into Lori Lightfoot at the Patti Smith concert. She said she'd come on anytime.
Oh, fantastic.
So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
She'd love to come back with us.
Great. We haven't seen Lori in a hot second.
No, she's out there.
You know, but we've also had some incredible moments talking to different artists. We had Seth Rudetsky, who I just adore. He's so funny. So funny and talented. And Jesse Mueller, our good friend Karen Mason, Broadway legend. We saw the end of Davenport's this year.
That was a sad thing.
Which is crazy. There's been a big change up at Equality Illinois in leadership, and Shannon Lynn Parker is now running it.
Yeah.
Is the first openly black trans woman running the organization. We were fortunate enough to talk to guest artists who came in from across the country to perform shows here in Chicago. We got to have a lot of, for some reason, a lot of Drag Race girls.
Yeah.
We have Ms. Cracker and Susie Toot. And of course, as you listened last week, all of the wonderful guests that we had last week with John Waters and Leslie Ann Warren and Cameron Esposito. There we are.
And Mariel Kraft.
Yes, but for me, one of my goofboy favorite moments, even with those people, was talking with Drag Race superstar Sasha Velour. Sasha Velour's work. She blends, she challenges gender expectations, our conversation about her process and about the people that influenced her. And they were all the women in her life and also the men in her life. And it just... In a time, I've quoted this line, and we had Anthony Rapp on because I'm about to quote Rent again. Yeah. Because the opposite of war isn't peace; it's creation. And I think as we are moving into this new world, new year rather. We need to remember that creating is the thing that we need to be doing, and Sasha Velour embodies that. So we talked to her in July, and on this this damp and soggy and chilly December day, we would like to revisit our conversation with Sasha Velour. Sasha, welcome to Out Chicago.
Hey, Scott. Hi, Ellen. Thanks for that glowing introduction.
Girl, look, here's the thing. I have a problem with bursting into tears.
I gotta try and keep
whenever I talk to somebody who I just absolutely adore. One might say I'm so emotional, but I am so thrilled to be speaking with you. You are one of the most brilliant. I was saying this earlier. I was comparing you to Beck earlier in the show. You are an artist, and you are doing exactly what you are supposed to be doing, and I thank you for that.
Thank you so much. I needed that encouragement on this fine day. So thank you for that.
Well, here's the thing. For folks out there, who might not know, how did you get your start in drag?
The most roundabout way imaginable. I was literally laying out books for a comic book publishing company, and I just could not stop dreaming of drag numbers on my commute to work. And eventually I started entering little competitions around the city. I really got my foot in the door by publishing a magazine all about drag artists that I loved, connecting drag artists with illustrators, and then that magazine launched a party, and then that kicked off my drag career, and I ended up auditioning for Drag Race, and the rest, I guess, is history, because it's 10 years ago now.
Oh my gosh, I can't even believe that. Look, I saw you in the Smoke and Mirrors tour when you came through Chicago at the Vic a couple years ago.
Oh my gosh, that was so much fun.
It was so much fun, Sasha Velour. It was amazing. Again, this just kind of reinforces, you are an artist to the core. You are trained as an illustrator. You've got this beautiful aesthetic with your drag. I'm doing a terrible job explaining it, but how would you describe a Sasha Velour show?
People tell me that they are really visually exciting, and I love that part. I like to say, I don't have the comedic or dancing or singing background of some of my peers, so I like to make the whole stage gorgeous as a way of communicating what maybe my body or my voice can't do. But I'm learning to dance, I'm learning to sing, I'm learning to be funny, and I think drag really is an art form.
100%.
It hits on so many different levels. The visual, the storytelling, the political matter is there, but it's also really fun and escapist. And our main goal is always to entertain and to move the audience. So to me, it's just the perfect art form, and I'm just trying to do my best job at creating the excellent drag that people can love. I'm a reveal queen.
Yes.
I got known for my rose petal reveal, stuffing, hundreds of rose petals under my wig.
Yes, I have no idea what you're talking about.
All about it.
Oh my God.
Before the show, Sasha. I was just picturing it. It just sounds phenomenal.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you have to imagine how like nerve-wracking that was, having never like officially tried it.
How did you?
When you come see my show, you can trust it's very well rehearsed.
I'm sure it is.
Although sometimes inspiration comes from the most wild places.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, I mean, rose petals falling from your head. First of all, I am a sweaty woman. How did they not just stick to your head?
They do. They absolutely do. They always do. I do a tribute to that in this show, coming to Steppenwolf,
which is the big reveal.
Confetti. The big reveal, and there are many. It lives up to its name. Many different kinds of reveals, not just wig reveals. There's every single kind I could think of.
Oh.
And I always say the best reveals, they don't just surprise you, but they have to create an emotional experience and kind of make sense.
Yeah.
You're like in a different emotional place on the other side of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like even the stupidest reveals in this show, like, one spoiler, because it's already been shared all over the internet, is I start the show by revealing out of an armchair in the living room.
Yes.
And it's such a stupid idea, so silly, but ultimately I feel like it's still kind of moving, because it's like a story about this armchair that just wants to have a little bit more freedom and mobility in its life. It wants to do the sitting sometimes as well as being sat on.
Right.
So as stupid as that is, there's heart. There's so much heart in everything I do, for better or for worse.
Oh, there 100% is. Are you? So the at least with the Smoke and Mirrors tour, the soundtrack is just incredible. The images are completely wackadoodle. Do you do all of your illustration? Do you do all of your projections, or how is that working these days?
Yeah, I get to work with lots of different people to like help make the vision as exciting as possible. I work with great costume designers like Diego Montoya, who has an Emmy for his costume design, and I worked with some video artists like Vander Von Odd, who's another incredible drag performer, Sweaty Eddie, both drag performers who do their own video work and animation. But the original idea and the final edit, I always do myself, just because I love it so much. I sketch out every costume, I sketch out the stage picture, make a plan, I choose all the music. Smoke and Mirrors was really my tribute to the divas. My last show had like Barbra Streisand and Annie Lennox and Shirley Bassey. This show has Stevie Wonder and Deep Purple and some John Coltrane. Like I've wanted to push the limits of what a drag lip sync can be set to.
Well, yeah, and because everything, as you were saying, like with each big reveal, you end up in a different emotional place. You are constantly evolving as like an artist and evolving the art of drag. Look, everybody out there, you need to get tickets to go see this incredible performer, because it's also when you do have those moments to connect with the audience in between numbers, or you're a really wonderful storyteller, and
thank you.
Yes, my heart is full.
It's full. Sasha, was there ever a moment that you can think of when in your drag career that felt like a personal, like a turning point for you? Was there one specific moment?
There's been quite a few, I guess. Maybe that's lucky, or I'm just a person who's always seeing the revolution happening around me. But certainly winning RuPaul's Drag Race was a big, oh my God, what is happening moment in my life.
For sure.
And then I think getting to come back from COVID, where I did not work for 2 years. Thankfully, I was writing a book during that time.
Good timing.
But I really wasn't sure if I would get to do stage performances again. And to get to do, this is my second tour. It is even bigger than the first. We're doing like almost 100 performances in like 13 plus countries of this tour now.
Wow.
And just to be able to keep doing what I love, like every single time I get to do another performance of this show, my own work, self-produced and taken all over the world, I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing.
You're grateful. You're grateful.
Who knows how long these things will last?
Well,
Who knows how long these things will last? So I throw myself fully into it every time.
Well, it shows. And also, you have a little bit of history here in Illinois. You lived in Urbana, I understand, for a while. How did that experience shape you?
Oh, so much. My house was right at the edge of town, and I would walk through the cornfields pretending it was a runway. I always imagined I was living an alternate life there, as much as I loved it.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of opportunities for theater in a small town like Champaign-Urbana. And so I got to do theater even though I didn't necessarily have the gift or didn't imagine myself pursuing it as professionally as I've ended up doing. So I have to thank the good people of Champaign-Urbana for teaching me so much that I know about making art.
Did you come to Chicago as a young person ever? Did you come up to see?
Yeah, I came up to see plays. I came to Steppenwolf twice and got to see shows there, and it was like the highest level of art that I had ever seen. Wow. So to get to bring my silly drag show there is a wild experience.
It's a full circle dream come true.
Yeah,
I love it.
It is not a silly drag show. It is not a silly drag show. It is a joyful experience. That is what I'm saying.
It can be both.
It can be both. Both are true.
We want the full range.
Both are true. But I'm just saying, like, it really is just, it is wonderful and fantastic. So your time in Urbana, Champaign-Urbana, do you think that helped you when you were on We're Here on HBO, having that small town experience?
Yes, so much. I always stuck out like a sore thumb, even though I'm from a small town. And so getting to find, there's people like that all over the world. Yeah. People who live in small towns who, people look askance at them, but they live there and they belong there and they want to have community and belonging. And so I think it was interesting to experience that and to see how it, because I left when I was a teenager because I felt like I couldn't belong. Right. So to get to really say, no, we should, queer people who want to live big, outlandish lives and be loud about politics and who we are, we should be able to exist anywhere. And that there are people like us everywhere, so there's no reason we have to go running.
Yeah.
It was really emotional.
That is a really special show, and just for I think for folks, especially who live in smaller communities, to see the kind of impact, just the joy and living in your true self. It's got to be heartening to be a part of that.
It was heartening to connect with the people like us, and it was frightening to see how much hatred and misinformation there is about queer and trans people. And I think there's this feeling, especially when you go to Tennessee and Oklahoma or even rural Illinois, that it's getting worse in some ways. And so I feel like, that's why it's so important to see queer people taking part in art and coming to theater and being on television and shows like RuPaul's Drag Race still existing. It's like we need to share the truth and the goodness of our community and the kind of work we create now more than ever.
And that is what you certainly do. And look, you do everything. That's, you're a drag queen, visual artist,
graphic designer,
you're an illustrator, you're an author of The Big Reveal, an illustrated manifesto of drag. So was the book... And was that just kind of like the next logical step in your artistic journey, or was it clearly like, oh, it's COVID, I gotta write, I'm doing something,
I started it before.
Okay.
Well, I really wanted to write like a drag queen's history of the art form, because we don't know these stories very well, where we come from, the fact that this is an ancient art form that has been around forever. But I think people wanted my memoir, so I decided to write both of them combined. And I found actually writing the history of drag kind of through the window of me learning about it as a young person desperate to find where I belonged in the world. That was like the best story I could have created. And it definitely inspired this show, and probably more to come.
Did you?
It was really fun.
Yeah, what surprised you the most when you were writing the book? Because it's such a different medium, I mean, it's very intimate.
Yeah. writing is hard. To everyone who is a writer out there, it's very hard to put together thoughts. I love getting to put together visuals because you can kind of say so much at one moment. You really have to put it in order when you're writing. I don't know that I have a linear mind at all, but as you can see from reading the book. But I was really shocked because I dug into some home video of myself that my dad like pulled out the camera every Hanukkah and filmed me for like a week. And just from those moments, I have this archive of what a like queer little kid I was before I knew what that was or had seen anyone like me. And that was like the ultimate. I had not remembered it to that degree. Sure. And that was the ultimate proof that like, this really is natural. And right at the height of the fears around exposing young people to drag, like heaven forbid, I realized I was a young kid who was doing drag and would have loved to see that was a thing that adults take part in too. Yeah. I would have made so much more sense to myself and to my family and to the people around me if I had known drag existed. Sure. So.
Oh, I know, but also
that was really powerful.
Yeah. But then also the journey that you've been on since then too. Like you're such an inspiration. Just from an artistic point of view, just watching what you do is just phenomenal. I cannot wait to get to Steppenwolf this weekend to see the big reveal show. I'm going to be there on Friday. I got my tickets.
Yay!
I am so ready to go.
I'm going to be out of town, or I would be there too.
Goosebumps
Sasha.
just even thinking about it right now. I'm holding up to the camera so people can see. Said goosebumps. I'm very excited and very grateful that you took time out today to speak with us, Sasha Velour. Because people are going to buy all the tickets at steppenwolf.org. How can people follow you on social media and bask more in the glamour and intrigue that is Sasha Velour?
It's at Sasha Velour on Instagram and SashaVelour.com, my website. You can sign up for my newsletter. I only send it out a couple times a year, but it has all the important information. Lots more shows coming this fall, and then a brand new tour that's going to start next year. So lots to keep an eye out for.
Fantastic.
So excited! Oh my gosh. All right, Sasha Velour, drag queen extraordinaire. Thank you so much for joining us today, and break all the legs. We'll see you on this weekend.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Ellen. Thanks for having me in a great convo.
Great to have you,
much love to you guys and your audience.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Oh, what a doll.
I know. I knew she would be. See, she's amazing. She was amazing. She is amazing. The one and only Sasha Velour. I'm telling you, pick up the book. Pick up the book. You will love it. You will not regret it.
For sure.
Hey, we should probably take a quick break. And when we come back, it is the final thrilling show-stopping moments about Chicago right here on WCPT Heartland Signal.
Hi, I'm Spencer Tweedy, and you're listening to Out Chicago on WCPT.
And welcome back to Out Chicago. Scott Duff here, along with Ellen Miller, rolling along. Hey, just a reminder that Monday on Live, Local, and Progressive, William Muck is in for Joan Esposito and will be joined by UIC Professor of History Kevin Schultz, Political Science Professor Suzanne Chaud, former Illinois Congressman Daniel Lipinski, and Ari Breland, staff writer at The Atlantic. He'll talk about the recent articles he's written on Nick Fuentes. Joan Miller.
My cousin.
Your cousin?
No.
Or Stephanie's cousin?
Maybe.
Joan returns Monday, January 5th. Live, Local, and Progressive weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Central on WCPT, 8:20 a.m. HeartlandSignal.com, and tune in. So here's the big question.
Yes.
What are you doing New Year's Eve? Oh, wow.
I'm staying home.
I think I do.
That's what I normally do. We're having at least one couple coming over. We were, trying to invite others, but people are busy or they want to stay home in their own home. But our friends Jenny and Angela, maybe Janet. Janet, if you're listening, come on.
Janet,
the
come on
invite
over.
is still open. We like to cook a kind of a traditional New Year's for us is a shrimp sambuca flambe.
Yes, you have told me about this shrimp sambuca. sambuca float.
Yes. We've made it with lobster as well, but I think it's just as good with shrimp. And it's not that hard to make, which is great. It comes together quickly, yet it's fabulous, elegant, and special.
And very impressive.
And it is impressive when it's all aflame with the sambuca in it. Yes.
That's what we're trying to figure out too, because like our plans are up in the air. Look, it's so weird having your birthday this time of year. It's my birthday.
I can
by the
only
way.
imagine.
It's my birthday, and I want to thank Helen Miller for giving me that Carol Channing bracelet.
Yes.
That she has.
No,
she's not giving it to me. Okay, but it's always just a little weird, trying to figure out all the plans and stuff. And I work on Christmas Eve. But it's only till
New
6.
Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve, rather. Sorry. New Year's
Till
Eve.
6, and
till
then they
6.
close early.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, we close at 5. Yeah.
Okay, good.
And then get out. But I'm like, so I'm just trying to figure out. I will not venture out. Usually, because it's just like it is too many years in the service industry in my 20s and 30s. You know what? It's amateur night. Most people don't know how to go out to dinner, or how to, and also they just go, those prices go.
We used to go to restaurants with friends and celebrate that way. We did that for years. We used to love Mythos. The sisters on Montrose owned a Greek restaurant. It was very popular in the gay community.
Oh,
it was loaded with gay men usually, and once in a while a couple of gay women. But it was we did that several years. But our house is all decorated. We're ready to we keep it up till the Epiphany. I know you keep up.
I keep it till March,
till St. Patrick's Day. So our house is decorated, and we maybe play some games and just bring it in that way.
Now, see, that is my New Year's Day. New Year's Day, it is. Which I much rather, it's the day everyone's like, it's a new year, new you. But I'm like, no, let it be the last day that you just kind of really, because everybody has a day off. Let's just kind of, the world shuts down.
Just veg and do what you feel like doing.
We have a couple comes over, Andrew and Katie come over with their dogs, and we spend the entire day playing board games.
There you go.
Because we got to do the traditional black-eyed peas, cornbread and collard greens that you have.
Yes. You're Southern.
Yes, which is a little challenging for our vegetarian friend who ate, because there's like ham hock in just about everything. But also she's a vegetarian who doesn't like cooked greens.
Yeah.
And I never know what to do for her.
I think that's a whole category.
That is a whole category.
Right out the window.
I know. Well, I think I'm going to make these little puff pastry mushroom and Gruyere situation.
Love mushroom and Gruyere.
Me too.
Love it. We have, in the Greek culture and traditions, New Year's was a big family day. There's a bread that we make. It's called a vasilopita, and it has a coin hidden in it. It's got brandy and orange juice in it, and it's a very dense bread. It's almost like a cake bread. A lot of ingredients, kind of laborious to make, but it's fun. And then there's also something called lalangidas, which are a fried flat kind of a donut that also has a coin in it. And
why do you keep putting coins in your food? Don't people worry about the dentist bills?
No, because you see it, you kind of cut through it, and you clean it, we wrap it up in some foil, and you throw it in there. But it was a Greek tradition. Whoever gets the coins has luck for the year.
Right.
And I used to try and do it, but my family, everybody wants to stay home and they're hungover and they just want to lay on the couch and do their own thing. So I used to have friends that came over and tried to keep the traditions alive. I have to wave the white flag. I just, I can't. People are not interested in celebrating the Greek traditions in my family anymore.
That's
kind
weird.
of sad, but because they want to do their own thing. They don't want to come over. They don't want to be.
Well, no, I get that, but they're not. So they're just late. They don't want to travel.
They don't want to travel.
They're not anti-Greek traditions.
No,
they're just like
they don't care as much about them as I do. But I'm the eldest, and
I know, and you're all about we do those red eggs.
Yeah,
every
I
Easter.
try to keep. One of my biggest joys of this year was I got Greek citizenship.
That's right.
And something that I started doing in 2017 after Ding Dong got elected. It took a pause during COVID when my mother passed away, but I put my mind to it in the beginning of 2024, and I'm just waiting for my passport to come now.
Oh, wow.
And I will be an EU citizen. So it's a symbolic thing for me. I hope never to have to leave my home country because I feel that I need to. If I want to, that's another story. But anyway, I maybe I'll make the Greek bread and Kathy will just keep cutting it up until we get one of us gets the coin.
Or just take it around to the neighbors.
Take it around to the neighbors. So, that's the Greek traditions. New Year's is a very family holiday in many countries.
Right.
In fact, I was in Spain many years ago, and everything was closed at midnight. And then at 2 a.m, everything opened up because at midnight you were with your family.
Right.
But then everybody came out, and it was like the transition from midnight to 2 a.m. was the whole world opened up. It was like crazy, and it was a lot of fun. So I like to keep traditions, but you do what you can do. You just have to make your own, I guess. Sometimes.
Well, but you can instill your inviting. I mean, and Janet, it's your chance to have some coin bread.
Yeah. She could have, my friends appreciate it more than my family. But
but you're still doesn't like. It doesn't matter who is appreciating it. As long as there are people that are appreciating it.
You're so right,
and
Scott.
they are around your table. They are with your company. They might not be family,
right?
But they are family of sorts.
They are.
Which is what we are very, very
our
fortunate.
Chosen family.
We're very, very fortunate that we're able to have two families.
Yes, we are.
There are the families by blood, and then the families that we choose to have in our lives.
So very true. So very true.
That is like how I kind of move through the world. Just trying to find those little moments of, I don't know, the world right now is really crappy.
Yeah, it is.
It's really crappy.
Been hard to find
we all know
happy
that.
Moments in this
I know,
year.
but I think what we just need to do is to just really just be on the lookout for them. Do not fall for, as we were talking about, like the end of decorum, the rise of vitriol. Like we have a president who cannot even send a simple holiday greeting.
Cannot. Not in him. Not in his DNA.
Without just he is convinced that he is president only for the people that voted for him.
Yes.
And that everybody else can just...
He doesn't care about anybody else.
Get on
Only
out of
himself,
there.
really, and he barely cares for the people that voted for him.
Right.
Let's face it.
And that sort of vibe has now fallen into favor. Like that is popularity. That is where we are as a country. We are out here. We're not trying to make things. We're trying to put up walls and divide us even further. And I think we need to just be mindful throughout the year as we are just trying to find moments that just the little things that are like, oh, this is really miraculous. The fact that Christmas Eve, I had made, I made some gravlax and I did some things and I had to work and I was tired and I went over to my friend's house, but then I was stopped and I'm like, wait a second, but I'm lucky enough that I have food. I'm lucky enough that I have a roof over my head. I'm lucky enough that I get to have two families, and to find those moments of just things are okay. Things are going to be okay. And if we stand together, if we stay together, we can move forward. Like Boxing Day of hanging out with my blood family, just being able to look around at these young little babies that are, just little precious miracles and their parents who I remember when she was a baby, and then my sister and who we've been through so much together and just kind of realizing how lucky we are that we like each other.
Yeah, I feel that way too.
You feel that way too with your family.
Yeah, I do.
And,
I'm very close to my family.
I don't know. I think during this time of darkness, we've passed the winter solstice, so the days are getting a little bit lighter. They're getting lighter. There's going to be a little bit more light. I think that we just have to constantly try to find the light. I'm a great actor. I will always find my light, and we need to make sure that we keep moving forward and finding our light and finding ways that we can contribute to the light. Look, today is my birthday. If you really want to do something nice for me, go to the Out Chicago podcasts that are available wherever you get podcasts, and give us a little rating. Give us a 5-star rating, or whatever you want to do. But that would be really, really lovely. But I also like, like Maggie Smith and I share a birthday. Denzel Washington.
Very nice.
Also, we share a birthday. And the 28th President of the United States, Woodrow Wilson, and I.
Who knew?
I share a birthday. I did. And I just want to leave with, you are not merely here to make a living. You are here to enable the world to live more amply with greater vision and a finer spirit of hope and achievement. You are here to enrich the world. You impoverish yourself if you forget this errand. So carry that with you.
Yes, that's
Remember,
beautiful.
we are here to
Beautiful
enrich the world. That is what we're doing. And we will enrich the world in 2026.
More now than ever, we need to
More
enrich
than
the world.
ever. So, Devin, thank you so much for everything that you do all the times. And Paul, even though you're not here, thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
Ellen Miller, happiest of New Year's
Same to you, Scott.
Thank you for 12 years of fun and
It's been
joy.
fantastic. Seems like just yesterday we
I
hit
know.
the air.
I can't believe it's 12 years.
Can't either.
And we'll figure it out in 2026.
And have a fabulous birthday.
Thank you very much.
love you.
And I'm Scott Duff. And until next week, stay proud.